Hello children, welcome back to English language class. Children, today we will do an interesting topic in grammar and that is verbs. Children, today we will begin our class with some fun. So what you have to do is, you have to do the actions that I say. So get ready children. Let us stand. Let us clap. Let us jump. Now let us smile. Let us laugh loudly. And now let us sit. So children, I am sure you liked all these actions. Stand, clap, jump, smile, laugh and sit. So now tell me children, what are these words called? Yes, all these words like smile, stand, clap, jump, laugh, sit are called doing words or action words. All action words are called verbs. Now let's say the definition of a verb. Is an action word. Now let us understand it with a few more examples. The first one is, a horse runs fast. The second, the fan spins. And the third one is, Seema dances. So children, the words runs, spins and dances tell us about what a person, an animal or a thing does. These are doing words or verbs. Children, if you recall, we had done this topic last week for language study in English literature. Today, we will do this topic a little more in detail. A word that describes an action is called a verb. For example, sit, stand, like, eat, drink, play, etc. The verbs should agree with the subject in the sentence. In the past and future tense, the form of the verb used is the same, no matter whoever or whatever be the object. For example, he ate his food. Here the verb ate is in the past tense. They walked to school. Here again the verb walked is in the past tense. Here the subject is they, while in the first sentence the subject was he. In the third example we see, he will eat his food. Here the verb is will eat, which is in the future tense, and the subject is he. And the last example, they will eat their food. Here again the verb is will eat, though the subject is they. So what do we see is, the verb remains the same in the simple past and in the simple future tense, no matter whatever be the subject. But this is not the same in the case of simple present tense. In simple present tense, the verb can be used in two forms. It all depends on the subject. Now we will learn about verbs for singular and plural nouns. Verbs are action words. My dog runs, jumps and wags his tail. Here runs, jumps and wags are action words or verbs. My friend Emma dances very well. Here the word dances tells us about what Emma does. So here the word dances is an action word or a verb. Here we have some more sentences. We will circle the verbs and observe them. He dances very well. Dances is a verb. She dances very well. They dance very well. I dance very well. You dance very well. So children, what do you observe here? The verbs in these sentences are either dance or dances. So we have two forms of the same verb here, dance and dances. Let's learn the reason behind it. Verbs that come after I, you, we, they and plural nouns do not end with s or es. When a verb comes after a singular noun, it ends with s or es. Let's learn with some examples. Here we have the verb live. It has two forms, live and lives. We will use lives with a singular naming words or singular nouns. For example, he lives in a small town. She lives in a small town. Joy lives in a beautiful city. Now let's see where will we use live. I live in a small town. You live in a small town. Joy and Olivia live in a small town. So where do we use the verb live? It comes after when we talk about plural naming words or when our sentences have I, you, we and they. Where do we use the verb lives? It comes after singular naming words and with he, she and it. Let's see some more examples. The verb sing has two forms, sing and sings. Where do we use sings? She sings very well. My brother sings very well. Olivia sings very well. Now let's learn about the usage of the verb sing. They all sing very well. We have to sing in concerts. They sing very well. Both my brother and sister sing very well. Here we have another verb like. The verb like has two forms, like and likes. They like to eat ice cream. We like to eat ice cream. My friend and I like to study together. Would you like to have a cup of coffee? So we use like when we talk about plural naming words and when our sentences have I, you, we and they. Now let's see the usage of likes. He likes to eat ice cream. She likes to read story books. John likes to write long stories. So we use likes with singular naming words and with he, she and it. Let's solve some more examples. You dash very neatly. Fill in the blank with write or writes. We have to add a verb after the pronoun you, and according to the rule, we don't use s or es after the pronoun you. So the correct answer will be write. And therefore, you write very neatly. They dash together in the class. Here we have to fill in the blank with study or studies. Here again we have to add a verb after the pronoun they. So the verb will be without a s or es. That is study. Therefore, the answer is they study together in the class. We'll take up the last example. My teacher dash very politely. Fill in the blank with speak or speaks. We have to use a verb after a singular noun, my teacher. So the verb will end with s or es. Hence, we will use the verb speaks. That is, my teacher speaks very politely. Children, I hope you have understood the use of the correct form of the verbs. Children, let's have a quick recap of what we have learned. Verbs are action words. If the subject is a singular noun, the verb ends with s. For example, Ram laughs. But if the subject is a plural noun, then the verb ends without s. For example, Ram and Raj laugh. If the subject is the pronoun I, then the verb used is in singular form, that is without s. For example, I laugh. If the pronoun we is the subject in the sentence, then again the verb is without s in its singular form. For example, we laugh. If the subject is the pronoun you, then the verb in that sentence again is singular without s. For example, you laugh. But if the subject in the sentence is the pronoun he or she or it, then the verb in that sentence ends with s and it is in plural form. For example, he laughs, she laughs, it laughs. And if the subject is they, then the verb used in that sentence will be in its singular form without s. For example, they laugh. The notes of this topic will be sent to you through your assignments. I want you to copy this exercise neatly and correctly in your English language book in the first half, that is the grammar section. Please complete your book on daily basis. Thank you children and have a nice day.